All right, peace and blessings, everybody. This is Quenton Stroud coming to you from the Enlightened Entrepreneurs. I wanted to share this with you. I don't know if you are already using some of these techniques, but this is something that I use to really help to bring order and some organization to my day, to really help plan out what I'm going to be doing today, what I'm going to be working on. And I wanted to share it with you because I think it'll really help. There's something called mind mapping. And this was developed back in the 70s by Tony Buzan. And he wanted to help us organize our thoughts, but in a way that the brain actually works. Okay. So it's actually an organizational thinking tool. The purpose of the tool is to really help you remember things throughout the day, to help you bring some consistency and some flow to your day so that you're not thinking and struggling like, oh, what do I need to do? Figuring out, how to get there or what to do, things of that nature. So mind mapping kind of helps organize all of that. So there's 6 steps to mind mapping, and I'm going to share a mind map that I have with you in a moment. But there's 6 steps to it. So the first thing is having a central idea. So that could be your day. Like today is Thursday for me. So I could put Thursday as my central idea, and these are things to do on Thursday. You might be working on a paper, or you might be working on a book, whatever the case may be. And so your central idea is what this mind map is going to be exposing and laying out for you in the conversation. So ideally, you want to have an image associated with this central idea because it sparks all this other stuff. So having an image associated with it is really, really important. Images encourage imagination. They help you remember. They help excite the mind. And so having an image associated with your mind map, central idea is really important. And then also throughout, which I'm going to go into a little bit later. Number 2 is adding your ideas and thoughts off of your central idea. So, for example, having curved lines that come off of it is really important. Having curved lines that come off of it versus straight lines, like boom, 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 boom. Having curved lines is basically the way the mind thinks. The mind likes curves. It feels more at home in a curvy situation than a rigid, straight situation. And this is actually true of a lot of different things. The mind actually likes curves and flows a lot better with curves. So having your additional ideas and your thoughts that accompany your main core idea is really, really important. What's also good about this is it helps you kind of draw out what you're thinking. So, for example, today, Thursday, I have to go to get some water. We actually have a water shipper that usually brings water to our house. Well, since we moved, we haven't had the shipper guy come in, so I have to figure that piece out. So I put on my mind map Thursday water, right? And then having to go to Palomar to go pick up the water. So that's something I have to do. I also have to contact my attorney about developing a power of attorney. So I put Thursday, lawyer, power of attorney. So that way it helps me remember these things that I have to accomplish. Number 3 is color association. You always want to associate each branch off of your mind map, off of your core idea. You want to associate it with color. So, for example, if for me, business related stuff is always green, right? YouTube, when I put YouTube on there, I always put YouTube as red because YouTube, the logo is red. Um, Bills usually have a certain color, different things of that nature. Everything has its own color. So that way, as soon as I see the color, I remember this is what I have to do, and these are the things that I have to do regarding that idea, the bills or the YouTube or whatever. So colors are really important, and it adds different variety to the image. So it's not just stagnant, and you have to read it definitively to get the idea across. Number 4 is using one keyword for each branch. So and each idea. So bills, cell phone, rent. Right? There's one keyword. I don't have to put whole sentences. Go to pay the rent today. I don't have to put whole key sentences. Call lawyer about power of attorney and ask about all that stuff. You just have to do one keyword. So lawyer, power of attorney, LLC. Right? These are some ways that help you remember what you want to talk about, and how you want to get your day going or your whatever you're organizing. Number 5 is inserting pictures using drawing and sketches. So if you're doing your mind mapping by hand, I use an app that works for me. But if you're doing a mind mapping by hand, you can also sketch out and draw out pictures. What's cool about this is that when you sketch out the pictures, it helps you remember it a lot more. So if it's about paying the rent, do a little check, draw a little check, and like draw it out for $1,000 or whatever your rent is worth, right? Doing that actually helps you to uh, immediately associate that picture, and it comes up. The mind actually doesn't think in words. Your mind actually thinks it's called mental image pictures, and so these mental image pictures in the mind actually make you think a lot faster. I do this a lot when I'm reading. When you read, if you want to remember and retain the information that you're reading, try to see it in a picture. So when you read a story, try to see the movie playing out in your head. It actually helps you remember the content of the reading a lot better. This goes for any reading, even if it's technical reading. Try to see it unfolding in your mind as a picture or as a movie, and it helps you remember it a lot better. Okay? Lastly is the connections. So this is what I call the limbs off of the branches. So remember I said you're going to be adding your ideas and your thoughts off of those main branches. Um, so the limbs that come off of that can go a lot of different directions. The cool thing about this is that you want your mind to think multiple ways. You don't want to be rigid in your thinking. You don't want to be fixated in your thinking. So when it comes to paying the bills, or when it comes to paying off debt, or when it comes to, you always want to have multiple ways, multiple streams of income, multiple opportunities, multiple whatever. You want to have the mind be open and flexible in what it presents. So you don't want to have a rigid, fixated way of thinking. So for example, and paying bills. And I keep going to this because most people have to do it, right? So in paying bills, yeah, you want to pay the rent, you want to pay your cell phone bill, you got to pay your car note, you got to do these things, but you want to have ways of flowing it out. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? So, for example, you could go online, you could call. So, for example, if you're in the car most of your day and you can't get online to pay a bill, you might want to have the number there so you can just call it and say, hey, I'm in the car right now, but I want to go ahead and pay this bill. Can I do this over the phone? That way, you know it gets done, and you have multiple ways of doing it if your day didn't plan out the way you thought it might. These are all just different examples, but the limbs are really important because it helps you to come up with flexible ways of doing things. I wanted to share this with you because mind mapping is a great organizational thinking tool that really helps you figure out how your day is going to go. And once you get it done, you just have to have it in front of you, have it available to you. You can take a picture with your phone after you draw it out, whatever, so that you can remember, oh yeah, I got to do that. Oh yeah, I got to do that. And it makes things go a lot smoother throughout your day. So guys, this is one of my Enlightened entrepreneurial techniques that I use to really help throw out my day a lot better, be more productive, and get things done in a timely manner. So hopefully this helps you do some mind mapping and take it from there. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. By subscribing to the YouTube channel, you'll get notifications when I do a new video, and you can check out these videos as you go along. Click on the link below if you want to be associated with the Enlightened Entrepreneurs Program, what we're doing. I love coaching people who really want to improve their life, world, and affairs, and help other people do the same. All right, guys, I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace and blessings.